Hello, Mr. Cove here, and today I want to talk about Crimson Desert. So this is a game that I had my eye on for a few months, hearing all the hype for it, but not years like some people. A few things caught my attention to make me interested in this game, despite knowing that this wasn't exactly a game made for me. I like the idea of a huge open world with triple-digit hours of game time available, with many different systems, and a focus on combat. With that said, I knew there would be some pain points for me that I certainly wouldn't like as much. I went into the game with a plan to mitigate these pain points, though. I'm not a fan of puzzles in games. I always feel like it's kind of random on whether I figure it out or not, and I don't feel a sense of accomplishment even when I do get them right quickly. I just feel lucky. The nice thing about having so many review keys out there for a long period of time before the release of this game is that a lot of information was available on day one. So anything I didn't figure out quickly, I Googled, and the info was out there. Pain point resolved. Next issue I knew I'd have was with gathering resources for upgrades, food, etc. I also heard that there was a camp that you got relatively early through the main storyline, and that this could be set up to help with this by sending out your people to get some of these resources. So that was my plan. Rush through the story until I unlocked the camp, and then pause on the main storyline and get this up and running with the side quests that involve the camp. I always like the systems where you're investing in something and get a consistent payoff later, and I figured the side quests would be more interesting than chopping down trees, or I guess punching trees if I wanted to be more efficient. We'll go back to this later. I decided I wanted to use bows since I hadn't seen any gameplay that involved anyone going in that direction, and so I started putting points into the skill tree to do that. This gameplay was fine. It was fun to basically slow down time and set up multiple shots at once, or get arrows off while I was dodging attacks. Effective enough in the early boss fights as well. Problem here, of course, that arrows were a resource and they weren't cheap. There are vendors who sold arrows, but their supply was limited, and so I ended up having to craft a bunch to maintain this playstyle. Further adding to my pain point of resource gathering. Now, I'm not opposed to resource gathering. I played WoW for years and almost always had a gathering profession, sometimes two. With WoW, though, you felt like you were accomplishing something with the gathering, either funding your own crafting or selling them on the age for considerable gold. While the former is applicable in Crimson Desert, the latter isn't, because this is a single-player game and these resources don't sell for much to a vendor. This is important because gathering in WoW always felt like a choice. If you didn't like to fish or mine ore or skin animals, great, you could always just buy those resources instead and make the gold to do so, through whatever activities you did enjoy. And WoW, I'm counting the gold in my head I just made while mining a rare node, compared to Crimson Desert, where I feel like I'm just doing chores so I can play the game. Now, maybe I'm just ignorant and I could have been farming bounties and killing hostile camps and then finding enough vendors to just purchase what I needed. That's a possibility. So back to the camp I unlocked. No quests available here, just more main story quests. So I figured I had to get a bit further until I unlocked some side quests for my camp. When it was clear in the next boss fight that my gear was insufficient, I'd have to go through considerably more resource gathering to make upgrades and make food to win the attrition war with the boss, I ended up throwing in the towel. So the point of this video is basically just to ask you all out there who are also ARPG players how your experience with Crimson Desert went. Am I broken by the ARPG experience of town is lava and always be farming? Efficiency is king in those games, and maybe I'm just beyond the point of having the patience that a lot of these other game types require at this point. So what say you, ARPG fans that tried this game? Did it go well? Or did you have a similar experience with me where some of the annoying parts of the game just ended up being too much to continue? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys thought, but I did try this game and give it a try, and I think the reality was it just wasn't for me. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.